I'm on that homicide, suicide, drama like Islamabad. Under God, going overboard like the Amistad. Ringing bells, it was 2012, back in 95. I made it out alive, now finally I've arrived. But still threw back to all my other blue-black people that's sticking to it like mice to a glue trap. My words speak for itself, so I don't interrupt. I am an expert, this is no beginner's luck. If you denying the truth, then I don't give a fuck. Otherwise, get your hands and your antennas up. As we go into our initial descent, I'm alive, but only 50%. I wasn't listening to that intuition, now I'm in the system again. And I'm praying, God, give me the strength. I'm drifting into a dark place, trying to keep this part of my heart safe. My soul basically been shark bait. My body's in that fire flame, on a higher plane. Going poltergeist, life a game. Ain't no referee, I can't call it right. Bring the rain, praying to the Lord for it to pour tonight. Bring the pain, fucking with that meth, I'm on that water white. There ain't no babies, baby. Make it or you don't make it. You gotta take it, or you won't get taken. Can I get a church from the congregation? Can I get a church from the congregation?
I'm on that Armageddon, public devastation, coming to revelations. Rap Jehovah knocking pastors over while I pass the doja. Lord forgive them, but I keep cutting these records like a sword was with them, mixing it with the medicine, attempting to warn the children of what the future holds. Slaves of monatomic gold. Seems the problem is atomic, but it's microscopic though. I'm courting hoes and pouring foes. It must be something more than this. Hopefully I'm immortal and I never need a mortician. All my thoughts is black. Kweli on the track, my reflection is eternal even if the mirror cracks. And I don't wear no watch, cause I ain't got no time. Solar system, this is astronomy, not a rhyme. We bringing the real back, y'all ain't had no spine, so spin the reel back. Nigga press rewind, soak it all in, that is until you dry. I'm throwing a piece and eating a piece of devil's pie.
In that fire flame, on a higher plane, going poltergeist, life a game. Ain't no referee, I can't call it right. Bring the rain, praying to the Lord for it to pour tonight. Bring the pain, fucking with that meth, I'm on that water white. There ain't no babies, baby. Make it or you don't make it. You gotta take it, or you won't get taken. Can I get a church from the congregation? Can I get a church from the congregation? A dialectic, a track code followers like Scientologists reading the Dianetics. This religion that I invented is really a way of life. These thoughts of freedom that I embedded is reaching you through the speakers. These poison animal leaders is weaker than niggas with fever and sweeter than diabetics. Get dead at trying to set it, they'll tie you up like a fetish. They'll gas you up like a letter to let it off till you wetter than spaghetti sauce or lettuce chopped up with your body left in the crevice. We the reverends performing exorcism, exercising the right to fight for the dedicated, concentrated few that's left to listen. God is with them like we started a mission, following God's wisdom. God is risen like followers of Elijah, finding God in prison. We praying for that work, we need that occupation. Can I get a church from the congregation? If you're sick of the same conversation, you say you make it rain, but that's just conversation. Spitting that fire flame on a higher plane, going poltergeist, life a game. Ain't no referee, I can't call it right. Bring the rain, praying to the Lord for it to pour tonight. Bring the pain, fucking with that meth, I'm on that water white. There ain't no babies, baby. Make it or you don't make it. You gotta take it, or you won't get taken. Can I get a church from the congregation?
You are now rocking with Flyboy Radio, the best in culture, the best in the world.
I just wanna celebrate.
It's Imperial Carter, the voice of hip hop. You tune in live to Flyboy Radio.
Hey, what's up? And in my right hand, man, King Joe the Great. What's good?
Shit, we in the building like teenage children, man. We'll go hard and go home. Today's show, man, we got, you know what I'm saying, we starting off with the review. We got, you know what I'm saying, Mikkey Halsted with Castro. And we also got the infamous Trey Songz with his new album, Chapter 5. So I'm going to let my right hand man, King Joe the Great, set it off. What you got for us, dog?
Well, first off, you want me to start off with the Trey Songz review, or do you want me to start off with the Mikkey Halsted review?
Shit, whatever you like, man. You know what I'm saying?
All right, I'm going to start off with the hip-hop first, you know what I'm saying? The Mikkey Halsted review. You know, in total, I gave it pretty much a 3.9, but pretty much doing my measurement, I'm doing an accurate average. You know, some people, they rate albums by means or the range or modes. I accurately do it by, you know what I'm saying, consistently rating each and every track on it, and then, you know, adding up the totals from the amount that ratings that it got from the amount of tracks and dividing them. You know what I'm saying? So I gave it a 3.9, but due to the fact that it was close, you know, like 3.96 and some change, I gave it a 4. You know what I'm saying? And you know, 4 means that it's great, but 5-star is pretty much classics to me. But you know,
okay.
Pretty much, I said it's a great album, man.
What was your favorite tracks, man?
Okay. Well, pretty much, my favorite track was the Abominomics. You know, that one is pretty much, I gave it a 5 all across the board, man. And pretty much, he had works and words put together. Because some people, when it comes to rhyming, they only consist of words. And some people just do only works. But when you combine both together, you know, it pretty much make a dope-ass, you know, album or a song, depending on what you do. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir, DK, sir.
But what you think about the album, and Mikkey Halsted? What you gave it?
I mean, Mikkey Halsted, you know, I heard of him from way back. If you know your history, he actually used to be Kanye West's artist. He's one of his first artists before he was with Rockefeller. What happened with Mikkey Halsted is that they went to Cash Money approached them to do a record deal, and Kanye West had his production company or whatever, but Mikkey Halsted wound up signing directly with Cash Money, so he wasn't even involved with you know, good music or whatever Kanye West had at the time. But he never came out on Cash Money because he wasn't the caliber artist they needed. He was a dope artist. You know what I'm saying? He's better than almost anybody they have on their record label, but at the time they didn't have a fit for him. So he wound up, you know, sitting on the shelf basically, and now, you know, he's back. He dropped the album in 2010 called The Dark Room. He's good friends with No ID. No ID produced many of the tracks on Castro, and you know, the legendary Trackster, all the main legendary hip hop producers, they fuck with him from Chicago or whatever. But anyway, as far as Castro goes, man, I think it was a very good, very good mixtape. It could have been an album. That's how good it was. On my scale, I'll probably give it like a 4.5. I don't have the whole scientific measurement down like you do, but just based upon, you know, lyricism, beats, you know what I'm saying, cadence, and subject matter, I think it was one of the best of 2012, man. One of my favorite tracks on there is the first single that he has. It's called No Pain, produced by No ID, featuring No ID's group, the Cocaine 80s, whatever. You know what I'm saying? In that song, he's just talking about everything he was going through in his life, like how he got to this point, you know, being, you know, dropped from Cash Money and stuff. He didn't say it by name, but just, if you'd like to say, if you know your history, you go back, you listen to it. He's just talking about his pain and everything that got him to the point that he is now. You know what I'm saying? The beat was real good, you know what I'm saying? And then the Cocaine 80s, their voice, I think it was like 2 dudes that were in that group or whatever. The vocal, you know what I'm saying? The vocals was like, it was amazing. Like, it was real somber. It gave you a feel of somebody that was in pain. And then the ending, I like it because it goes from the bridge right into the breakdown. The breakdown is actually the end of the song, and it has this majestic piano in there, man. You know, I'm a sucker for piano. I play the piano, so I like how it ended. You know, it was just a real epic song. And then the other notable songs for me, the song Love Games. I like that a lot because he's telling a story about a bad girl. Like, not a bad girl in the sense that she's bad, but a bad girl in the sense that she's good. Like, she's hella good looking, she's fine, she's sexy, and you can tell that she's a boss type chick. You know what I'm saying? Not that she's a square. He's talking about, you know, they both feeling each other out, that she might have been a hoe, but he doesn't know. He might be a hoe, but she's not sure. It's just, you know, the whole process of being with somebody that is as attractive as you, that's on your level. Basically, that's what the song was about. I really like that one too.
What's the song you talking about?
You said what?
What's the name of the song you talking about?
Love Games.
Love Game. Oh shit, that's my second favorite beat. I'm not gonna lie. And he complimented the beat. I mean, straight up, man. I love that song. Straight up. And he's talking about how a girl is contradicting and he's contradicting. That's what I love it, man. He's talking about 2 views, man. And they talking about how they playing games. So I ain't gonna lie, that shit right there was lyrical. Yeah,
man, I like it because he had a concept. Like, he called the mixtape Castro, and this is like my only graph. This is why I got a 4.5. And I like how he started off the intro. You know what I'm saying? They had Castro on there. He was liking, you know, he was comparing basically the black culture to the Cuban Revolution. So, you know, people, they were against Fidel Castro because he was a communist, et cetera, et cetera. They had the Bay of the Pigs where they tried to actually assassinate Fidel Castro. But in the beginning of the clip, he plays an audio clip for a sample from somewhere. I don't know who it was, but they're talking about, you know, uniting, aligning ourselves with the Cubans because they supported, you know, African American culture. And just like, you know, when Castro overthrew General Batista, You know what I'm saying? That's how he became in power in Cuba. So he was saying that, like, basically, you know, African Americans, we should overthrow, you know what I'm saying, our presence here in the United States, and that the Cubans were supporting African, you know what I'm saying, movements over in Africa or whatever. But I like how he made the comparison between black culture and Cuban culture, and, you know, the connectivity between, you know what I'm saying, oppression. Yeah, but you know, I like that theme, how you set it up, and he had an intro, of course, the Castro intro and then the Castro outro, and the Obamanomics, like you were saying, I like that because he was saying about how everything that was going on from Reaganomics kind of passed down. Not that Obama is the same as you know, of course, Ronald Reagan, but just there's a lot of similarities between how government, you know what I'm saying, hasn't really changed too much since the 80s or whatever, man. But yeah, man, I give it a 4.5, dog. I think it was one of the best of the year, man.
Okay, so what stopped it from pretty much being a 5? Tell me the cons, man. You told me a whole lot of good things about it, man.
Well, just the same thing how I liked that his, you know, he likened the black struggle to the Cuban struggle. I felt like he fell off of that thematically. Like, he had the intro and he had the outro, but pretty much those were the only two things that he kind of compared to it. I know, like, if you pick up on the unspoken, what you call it? Like, atmosphere, like everything he was talking about is something that flicks back culture, you know, with a girl or Obamanomics or, you know, selling drugs or acting tough, faking a flunk, a friend or whatever. All that stuff is something that has to do with black culture. But I felt like as far as going through further with that comparison, that simile between Cuban culture and African American, Black American culture, I feel like he kind of fell off of that. That's what stopped it from being a classic. But as far as like the actual the lyrical output, like everything that he said on there, I think he stuck to that theme thematically. He forgot about the Cuban part of the comparison that he was making. What you think, G?
Well, what I think personally would stop me from being being a 5. I say personally, like, first of all, you don't need any guest appearance from any industry artist when you're doing your mixtape, because doing that is like rolling the dice, you know, playing Russian roulette. You know, having Pusha T on the Mama in My Ear track, it did not ruin the song, but it affected the rating from being a 5. Now, let me get to it. A lot of underground rappers are more hungry than mainstream artists. I'm not saying that this is the same thing for Pusha T or this goes for him, but, you know, he should have went strong, just as, you know, my boy Mikkey Halsted went strong as well. You know, that's what I mean by that, you know. And also another thing, you know, on the King track, I felt like he was bouncing, like, from different subjects to subject, and it wasn't quite stable subject. You know, it wasn't grounded. So, you know what I'm saying, that's why I kind of gave that track a low rate, which kind of affected his rate from in total being a 5. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So, I mean, as it stands now, man, would you have this on the best of the best of the year list, man? You think it's one of the best of the year? Or you think that as far as the grade 4.5 is just, it might be something that people might forget about?
This right here, it wouldn't be something that you forget about if you listen to it. Because by the end of the day, I'm not going to lie, out of the entire thing, I saved about 6 tracks on my iTunes. You know what I'm saying? From this, Mikkey Halsted, Castro mixtape. You know what I'm saying? So I pretty much said whoever has an ear for good music, you know what I'm saying, they're going to expect and hope to expect something from Mikkey Halsted. You know what I'm saying? That's what I feel like. You know, a lot of people, they don't really get into the underground scene. And, you know what I'm saying? And I think that's something they should take a look at, you know?
Preach, man. But I want to talk the people's ears off, you know what I'm saying? We've been talking about for 15 minutes, so we're going to cut to a song. One of my favorite songs off of Mikkey Halsted, Castro mixtape, is called Love Games. We was just talking about it, so we're going to put that on. We'll be right back after the break.
G, let me tell you about Shorty.
Cannon.
G, Shorty was bad. I mean, Lex Luthor bad. Her legs was kryptonite. I was Superman. She was fly as hell, YSL'd out. Said she stopped rocking trues cause they was getting played out. Low-key fresh, but you could tell she a boss. Ain't see a name on the bag, but you could tell that it costs. I know I'm playing with fire. This must have been how Samson felt when he first met Delilah. Can we retire somewhere quaint? Have a drink, maybe dinner? I'm thinking to myself, I'm about to put a baby in her. She thinking that this could be Mr. Right, but I fuck it up if I fuck him tonight. So we started playing love games. Playing love games. This ain't checkers, this chess. Better make your next move your best. So we gon' keep playing love games.
playing love game. This ain't checkers, this chess. Hope you